It's been a while since I've seen this time of day.
You'll never fucking believe it. I ordered a taxi last night to get me to the airport this morning. I ordered it at 10 to 7 so that I had plenty of time. The taxi showed up and it's a car. So I asked what the hell. I'd ordered a wheelchair taxi. Apparently the wheelchair taxis aren't on. So I phoned the only other taxi place in town that's got wheelchair taxis. No, they don't have one on. So what? Nobody in fucking Invercargill gets in a taxi in a wheelchair in the mornings, do they not? It's bloody pile of shit it really is. At the moment, I actually don't know if I'll even be able to catch my flight. And I'm driving to the airport because I couldn't get hold of them either with the rest of the luggage because the bike box doesn't fit in the car. And see what I can do. So I don't fucking know. So now we wait to see whether Kimberly can get it in her car, whether I'm going to have to cancel my flight. Yeah, nah, I'm back at the house because a wheelchair taxi doesn't come on until 8:30, 9 o'clock. And hi, pussycat. And my friend came round to see if she could fit the bike box in her car and she couldn't. So I'm back at home again. Luckily, I booked a flexi refund flight ticket and Air New Zealand have changed my flight to a later one. So I've got to go back in an hour and try again. Apparently, this is normal when you are a disabled athlete and flying, according to Dale at Paralympics New Zealand. It should not be. Wow, what a bloody day it's been for me. So, as you could see, it started off a bit chaotic. And I did actually make it, and so did the bike, but not without incident. Once I finally got the wheelchair taxi, who became online maybe 15 minutes after my plane left, he was booked for 9:30, came out to take me to the airport to catch plane version 2. Luckily for me, I booked a flexi refund flight ticket, so that meant that I was able to change the flight without cost. But I think they were going to do that anyway when I explained what the heck had happened. And even Air New Zealand were quite amazed that that was even happening. So I went home, I ordered the taxi, he came out, and I was taken back to the airport again for the second round of catch a plane. He said that the local taxi service has their call centre in Palmerston North and never communicate with the locals. So he said if they had bothered to look at the automated booking system, which told him that there would have been a wheelchair booking and he would have been told about that, he'd have come out and got me. But they didn't. Instead, they just said, oh, he's not there, so we'll just send you a car. So I had a right old go at the switchboard about that, if you're going to just like send a car instead of a wheelchair taxi, you actually need to tell me. And I could have preempted this issue right from the beginning and it wouldn't have happened. So yeah, I got here about 5 minutes before the briefing started for the afternoon. So my suitcase was still in the van. My bike and in the bike box was still in the van. The wheelchair was still in the van in pieces. And yeah, I literally arrived just as they were starting. Bit stressful, and it's now 9 o'clock and I've just got to sit down. So the camp was meant to have 16 riders. Now it's got 9 because of all the COVID level changes in New Zealand. But they were determined to make it go ahead regardless. I first looked at the people around, thought, oh my God, this is like a camp full of children. But there is an older bloke who is an arm at the shoulder amputee, and there was also a guy with a hand cycle who's they're both quite experienced. So it wasn't completely an alien, in younger lands, but it doesn't matter because I'm just here to learn what I can learn. We went to the go-kart track today, and I wasn't sure what the purpose of this was, but this is what the go-kart track looked like. I gave one of the staff my GoPro and they videoed this. That's only from one perspective, but it was quite twisty track, and there was some U-turns, like U-bends, and yeah, it was really quite challenging for me, because I've just been going around the block with nice 90-degree turns and only ever turning left. So I discovered when I was on, the purpose of this was skills, bike skills. Now, they were talking about cornering. I was given options of what it was I could learn, and I said, let's go with cornering, because I've lost a lot of confidence with bike handling with only having one leg. And we worked on cornering. And the purpose to begin with, she said, was when you go around the corner, the outer foot is straight and your weight is on that, and the inside hand. Now, I knew about the pedals and the feet, but I hadn't really been told about the hand before. So you've got to think about the power ratio in a diagonal. So if you're going around a left corner, you're going left hand and right foot is where the power goes. So I thought, well, okay. So I gave that a go. And then she kept shouting at me, the other foot. And it wasn't until I actually thought about what she was saying to me that I realised that what I'd done without even consciously thinking about it, and this is obviously loss of the leg related, is every corner I was going around, regardless of whether it was a left or a right corner, I had my left knee up and my right foot down. And that's obviously a psychological thing. So that was something I didn't realise I even did. So I fixed that. So that was a large takeaway from today. Plus the fact that the weight ratio on the hands, I hadn't really thought about that before. So it was, I took something out of it, and that was the main goal. And then we came back to the motel, and I had this all booked by Paracycling New Zealand, and this is the motel. Now, I did mention this at the beginning. I don't know whether this is just literally a case of a wheelchair, somebody that is full-time wheelchair users. Obviously, their needs are more high in your mind, but the bathroom has a shower, stand-up shower, that is over the bath. Now, I went back and said, look, I need a sit-down shower. And she said, oh yeah, the motel owner said he hadn't been able to get seats. They'd asked him for one for the wheelchair athlete that's on a handbike, but he said it didn't matter, he could sit on the floor. We forgot about you. We've not been able to get a chair, so I had to figure out another way of getting into the shower. Man, it was treacherous. I had to take a dining room chair into the bathroom, so its feet are quite slidey. There is 2 steps into the bath. The bath is up a step, and then you've got to get over the bath lip. It's not flat. It's a really thin edge, as if the bath was moulded to go up against a wall. So you can't sit on the edge of it. So I don't know how I didn't injure myself. I had to do a stand-up shower, holding on to the rail that was down low, that was obviously for hoiking yourself out of the bath. The shower head is up high and can't be adjusted. So I had to do a stand-up shower holding onto this rail with one foot in the bottom of a bath that has got no non-slip mat. I was scared to death. That was not my favourite moment of the day so far. And I'm dreading having to do it again. Anyway, I'm thankful that this bloody day is over. My wine is over there. I went to the supermarket to get some stuff for breakfast tomorrow. And yes, I got some wine, because my God, I need some wine. Wine and chocolate. So I've got a bottle of red wine over there and a Snickers bar. And that's what I'm going to have now. We had a takeaway Indian for dinner. So that's it. I'm going to watch some TV and put my feet up because my leg is really, really sore. I actually resorted to the wheelchair later on in the day, and they just completely underestimate the problems that you have when they are invisible. Anyway, takeaway from today, cornering. I learned the fact that I was cornering wrong, and I learned a new trick to make it better. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully less drama. you.